Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to this week's Shop Talk. We are J&J. I'm Jared and this is John.
I'm
Not
Jay.
important.
You're Jay.
Not important.
What are you smoking?
This is McClellan's 35-year anniversary ribbon cut. It's a little bourbon cube. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Mellow.
It is mellow, but it has a nice, rich flavor.
Meat.
It's deep.
Like you.
Very deep.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. All right. Here we go. The people want to know things.
Well, I'm smoking Drew Estate's Gatsby Luxury Flake, which is a combination of some smooth Cavendishes and Virginias. I guess Cavendish is plural. Moving on. What are you drinking?
I'm missing my cup. But I was drinking
Epic
Murphy's Irish Stout. Very good. Superior to Guinness in some ways, I would say.
I would say the same.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking some cheap wine.
Well, okay, this was made by our local university.
Yeah,
actually.
We'd like to not name.
No, it's fine. It's pretty decent.
It's called Tailgate.
Yeah, Tailgate.
That right there tells you.
Yeah.
Moving on. So, this is the last video for our raffle.
Mm-hmm.
We're raffling off a short little black blasted Rhodesian with bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still be entered in to the raffle.
You have probably another 8 hours to do so.
The deadline is midnight, October 31st. Halloween!
Oh, good times.
In order to be entered into the raffle, you have to share the video on Facebook and tag us so that we know that you shared it, and then you'll be entered into the raffle.
Yes.
Right now we've got about 25 people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Pretty good chance of winning.
yeah, not too bad.
But since it is Halloween and the weather's changing, we thought it would be a timely topic to talk about Mortise and Tenon fits.
Mm-hmm.
What is a Mortise and Tenon fit?
According to Bob the Builder, no. Mortise and Tenon is a joint for structure. It's a means to join two materials together via a peg and a hole. The peg goes into the hole, and it creates structure. So the tenon, the peg is called the tenon, and the hole that the peg goes into is called the mortise.
Mm-hmm.
That is how all pipes are constructed.
There are two basic kinds. One where there's a straight-walled cylindrical mortise and tenon, and the other where there's a tapered mortise and tenon fit. The tapered is called a military mount, and we're not going to talk much about that today. We're going to cover that next week. You want to talk about integral or integral tenons?
It's integral. That's how it's spelled. Integral tenons are when you take the material that you're making a stem out of, whether it be vulcanite, ebonite, lucite, and all the other ites. Then you turn the tenon to be the appropriate size out of the same material, so it's one unit, which is great. That's probably why it's called integral.
Probably so.
Would you like to discuss Delrin?
Sure. Delrin is a plastic that has a very nice feel to it when inserted into a hole. It's very slippery. It has a low coefficient of friction. It resists chemicals. It resists heat. And it's very dimensionally stable. So all of those things add up to a really great tenon material. Both of these methods have issues.
With the integral tenon, the problem is most of the ites that you make your material out of is brittle, and it can snap. And so when you have the tenon in there with the face, with enough pressure, it can just snap off and get stuck in there, and then you have to make a whole new stem.
Right.
And so it's not that integral.
Right. So those, I don't want to say anything too derogatory about those, because a lot of people make them, and it takes a lot of skill to make them, and they do work if you make them really nicely. But we feel that Delrin offers a superior long-term experience, especially when it comes to repairs. They're very easy to repair. Delrin problems. The main problem with Delrin is that it can come unglued from the stem portion. I don't know if you can see that. We can.
Oh,
Yeah. But the tenon is glued into the stem, and it can come out if there's too much heat, or you take it out when you're smoking, or you leave it in the car, or something like that. But it's a lot easier to fix, so we prefer that, and we have a little trick.
Which we're not going to tell you about.
That is privileged information.
Trade secret and all. What? So, I guess the point is that there are problems with both. You should take care of your pipe, whichever one you buy. And, yeah, military mounts are just better.
There are... I can't even think of a problem with a military mount if it's properly made.
Yeah, me either.
I've never heard of one.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk about how those are made a little bit more in detail next week. But we're using a military mount system to make our reverse calabashes now. We've made some tooling to allow that to happen, and we will have one with us in Las Vegas. You should be there, and we can talk to you about that in person.
November 8th and 9th.
Anything else we want to say about tenons?
No, I hope you all are having a lovely day. That's about it.
That's a good sentiment. Yes. And you can have a more lovely day if you share our video on Facebook.
And get a free pipe. Hypothetically.
Well, yes. I can't promise anything. It's a raffle. Tag us when you share the videos, episode 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 by October 31st at midnight, and we will draw the winner next week.
Adios. Enjoy the pipe.